What a nice view. Yo. This is how it looks here. Only a quick through. Everything is a little bit low here. That's 20, no, this is 40 euro this time. A little bit small here. And the small bed. More than enough. So, that's our second last destination, or perhaps our last destination here. You can see there are some mountains with snow-covered peaks here. And the barrier is dangerous and prohibited. So the barrier is dangerous, not what's coming behind, whatever. And this is Pamukkale here. That's the entrance here. And this is how it looks here. That's the only part. But there's these lakes here. There's also, by the way, we have nice sun weather. This is perfect. There's also some historic ruins of the town of Hierapolis. So that's the south gate where all the tourists start. And there's even this electro buses here going around, but this is here the tours.
Aber das wollten wir hier gar nicht sehen.
Oh, there's indeed the possibility to go into the water there. It's possible. That's the salt terraces here. Oh, what's this here? It's a rope lying here around. And there you can go somewhere below, but here's not so much water here inside. Nearly nothing. There on the right side there must be much more water. And there is also dry here. It seems everything dry here. And there's also people going there. So there must be a path going here down there somewhere. Ah, this is the middle gate perhaps there. This is below the middle gate where you can go. And you can see this here. This came from the rain here. And this here below, I don't know. Let's check here how this side looks. Okay. It's a little bit empty here. It's everything white. I think this is sodium chloride, which is diluted from the mountain here, and that's the reason why it looks like it looks. Entrance fee was 400, which is 20 euro here in April 2023. And I definitely will come to have sunglasses here. It's a little bit bright, me not, Is it bright, shining?
No, not really.
For me, it's as I would not have any sunglasses. It's really bright here, I think, in the sun. And yeah, 20 euro, huh? No, how much is it? Yeah, 400. 420 euro. It's really expensive.
20.
It's really expensive. But it is how it is. Yeah, the companion has a museum pass.
Yeah,
So-
only for the museum class. Okay.
60 for the locals, 60. For the museum pass, for the foreigners, it's I think 2,500. No, for you it's for 1 year, yeah.
For me, it's for 1 year. But
1 year 60, and here for foreigners is 14 days 2,500, which makes then, if you calculate, this is 20 times. This is around 30,000 for foreigners, and locals 60. Yeah. So, it's very good. So we can share the entrance fee here. Then it's only 10 euro for me. And left side here is the terraces. I don't know anything about the geology. This would be really interesting to know. And the right side is the town, the old historic town. Not the historic, the old ancient town at the end of Hierapolis or something like this. And we go now in direction of the water there. Then you can walk through the water. From there's a little bit blue water where thousands of people walk through. Let's have a look. There's not so many people behind us. It must be really full when there's really peak season. Everything must be full. Currently this is absolutely off season still. Yeah, I suggest we go to the other tip and then go back there, around there somewhere. I don't know. We spend much more time in some other places. It's a little bit sad that there's not more water. There's only this little bit water than there behind. I thought it's everything full with water here. So this is much more than I thought here. So there is some basins, perhaps not too warm. In this direction there's more and more basins. I don't know if this is really natural. I think it's not natural. This comes out there from some kind of artificial well and then goes down here. It's made for the tourists here. It's made for the tourists, indeed. So that's the other side. And this is everything completely dry, and what you have seen there above there is everything artificial made. You can also see that it's looking all the same, and it should look like this here before. Here in front with a more random structure, and these are artificial basins there made of concrete. You can even see that it's made of concrete there. Everything made of concrete. And then they pump the water from there below up here in this circle. I would like to see this here with water and not this artificial basins there. But this would be too annoying for the visitors to come and not having any water here inside. This would look nice here, these parts. And not the artificial parts there. So that's the other corner here. That's the other outer corner. And what I found here is, perhaps when it's raining, when there's strong rain, you have here something ongoing. But there is here on the left side a little bit some kind of a irrigation system, however you would call it. And this was once made. You can even see it here, that it flows over the terraces here. Here, that it flows over the terraces here, and everything would really look fine, but this cut it here into the rock and the salt, everything, and no one cared about it anymore, so that it's only flowing directly there down and not over the terraces anymore. Must have been really nice once, but now everything is gone and no one cares about this. And the same there. But here it's very clear that here was the water made for flowing over everything here. Crazy. And by the way, the water is, as I said, pumped in circle here, and there is the artificial basins there. So that's the museum. There's also a museum for Hierapolis, what they found. And again, there's some carvings here, bullfights, and it's everything really early, beginning of 3rd century AD. That's relatively late. And then some sarcophagus here. Which are much richer decorated than the other ones we have seen here. And this is some kind of a map of Hierapolis. And we stay now here, I think, this direction here, or there. Must be there. Exactly, and there's the theater. There's another theater. There's a huge, this is perhaps Agora. Huge marketplace. That's interesting. Huge city here. There's some statues. There's a big statue of Hadrian. This one of a priestess. What's this? 2nd century. And some smaller figures here. 2nd, everything 2nd. And this is what they found here. Also some ceramics. Oh, this is nice. Nice candles. Unfortunately, we haven't found such things. And even glass. Glass bottles. I didn't know that they had glass bottles at this time. I thought glass came later. In Roman time there was already glass known. I didn't know. Didn't really think about. Here, a glass cup. So many different lights. Yeah, I forgot that there were not only candles, there were also lights, oil lamps. This is Hellenistic age. This is older. It's much older. Iron. Mirrors made of silver, perhaps. Interesting things. Statue of sitting Egyptian, 7th century BC. That's really crazy old. So these things are much better preserved here. You can see this, they have a cover. Doesn't mean that they can't be touched. Everyone will touch here. This will destroy much more. Some tops of some column. Here, for example, a big capital from with Ukrainian, whatever this is. Local god. Really nice condition. Looks too nice in condition even. Pollen. Some inscription, letter of the Emperor Hadrian to Hierapolis. A letter of the Emperor Hadrian. So they sent a letter via post to here or what? That's a nice how should I call it, a nice column. Also a nice top here. Even they made it here behind everything. Look at this here. This is made behind. In such perfect condition, everything here. This must have been really amazing looking. This 3D structured details here. Every detail nicely made. These are the typical tombs, but this time much better decorated here. Which time is this? Roman time? Yeah, it's Roman time. So this is a little bit behind. There is the ridge where all the white basins are. Here's some tourist area. No, not this is some commercial area, I mean. Where you can buy something, eat something, and also there's a pool. It's called Antique Pool, where they have thrown in some pillars, some columns, and filled up with water or something here, and then you pay 130 to go in swimming. So that's here some part of the city. You have seen before that the city was really big, very big. And this is a part of the Apollo temple, like we have seen yesterday. The central sanctuary. And there behind is one of the two theaters. The area is really big, so it's a little bit sad not to visit all the other parts there too. You can walk here really along here. This goes much further in this direction and there's nearly no one. And then there's much more. For example, Northern Necropolis, Basilica, Frontinus Street, Frontinus Gate, Latrina, Agora. Agora, this marketplace, Northern Byzantine Gate, Nymphaeus of Three Towns, Cathedral Church. And there, especially at the corner, there is also some nice building. There was only a postcard. Really nice, looked really nice. You can see here is the Plutonion, the gate to the underworld. And let's go here. Then we can see this a little bit more. And there is at the end a cave and a well with water. And there was also a gas release. And there's gas released, and this is even written there that it was CO2, so carbon dioxide was released there. And if you closely look there, that's it at the end here. Still here, the water today. Is there a photograph on the other side? Yeah, here it is. There's the photograph here. The water well here in the middle, and it stinks also a little bit. And here the entrance to it. And what's this here? And there were people here sitting like this here, and there were some strange things going on here below, and they put even some animals in here and did something. And there's an entrance on the right side. This entrance here. This here. So that's the theater. It's much bigger than it looked below. From below, it's much taller. It looks like even 5,000, 10,000 people. No, it was not higher than this one here. This was the upper, perhaps 6,000-7,000 people could go in here. And there is the main front here, and looks really nice. In the distance, the buildings there, and on top of the cliff, and there was also perhaps below the agricultural area like it is today here. This looks really nice here from top of the mountain, the valley there in the distance with all this agricultural area. You would think that it's flat like here, but it's some 100 meters above the area there behind. And then there behind there's a town. This is, forgot the name, I don't know. And there in the mountain there's a mountain range. There's even snow on top. And the sun is behind the mountain range. That's the reason why it's in shadow already there. And we have to go there. That's our destination for today. That's the town of... I forgot it. Like so many things.